Master of Photography is an extraordinary photographic contest. Thousands of candidates from across Europe applied. Only 12 were chosen.
I'm here because I like to share different point of view of photography.
Professional photographer is exactly a photographer who can't live without photography.
8 weeks, 8 different challenges to master in order to win the first and largest competition open to amateurs and professional photographers.
If I win the prize, I'm hoping to start my own business.
My ambition is just to work as a photographer.
In each episode, a world-famous photographer mentors the contestants.
I don't like to just look at the tits.
Judging the pictures, 3 leaders in the world of photography. Oliviero Toscani.
What you say is completely off.
Simon Frederick.
Sometimes mistakes are fantastic.
Ruth Blies Luxembourg.
You are using a language which is the language of the postcard.
Sorry, no, right here. Each week, one contestant is eliminated, losing their chance to win the biggest prize ever for a photographic competition, 150,000 euros.
You ready?
Never give up.
Who will master all 8 challenges? Who will be crowned Sky Arts Master of Photography? After 7 weeks of extremely tough challenges, only 4 contestants have made it to the final. One last task separates them from the prize.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We started with 12 contestants. There is only you 4 left. I thought the last task you did marvelously, but of course I'm not the judge. The judges are coming back for the final decision of who is going to be the master of photography.
Photographers, time has come for the last task. Let's start. Your task is to take 3 pictures that best represent for you the theme Europeans, faces and places. As usual, we're going to show you 3 pictures to inspire you.
This is a work taken in the 1930s. You see here a builder working on the Empire State Building in New York. The architecture symbolizes the city of the future.
This is a picture of Robert Frank, a Swiss photographer. He showed America, and especially New York, through the people. And this is another way of discovering a place.
This work has been made by one of the most exciting contemporary photographers, David LaChapelle. What he's showing us here is the people flood literally into the cathedral looking for some kind of symbolic hope. And in case you are wondering, yes, indeed, David LaChapelle will come and mentor you.
So guys, over there are some files. Inside those files are the secret of your destinations. Please go over and pick your destination.
Athens.
Stockholm.
Paris.
Bucharest.
Your surprises are not over yet. On there are 4 small wooden boxes. Each one of you must pick up one of these boxes. Take a deep breath, and I'd like you now to open them. In your hands is an analog camera, and those are 3 black and white rolls of film. That gives you a total of 108 exposures. This is all the equipment for this assignment that you will have.
Rupert, do you know how to use this camera?
Yep, I do quite a lot of film in my own time.
Right. Marta?
I've never used analog before, so this will be very challenging for me.
Gabriele?
I start with analog camera, so I feel very comfortable with that.
Jan?
For me, it's not big different if it's analog or digital. Just what is the difference? It's just 3 rolls of films.
Try to see first and then photograph. Put your camera behind your head and not in front of your eyes. Because if you put in front of your eyes, you don't really see much.
We wish you the best of luck. Take the film, and we'll see you when you come back.
For the final task, the photographers have been flown to 4 European capitals randomly assigned in order to catch the spirit of the continent. This is their last chance to prove that they have what it takes to be crowned Sky Art's Master of Photography. Gabriele has been sent to Bucharest, Romania, one of the most recent countries to join the EU after years of communist regime. Marta is in Athens, Greece, once the cradle of Western civilization and now the center of a huge economic crisis. Jan has been flown to Stockholm, Sweden, the capital of the rich north, a city in denial about the problems Europe is facing today.
Bonjour. Bonjour, allez-y, montez.
Rupert is in Paris, France, where the beauty and the romanticism of the Grande Ville has been recently hit by terrorist attacks. 4 different contestants, 4 different cities, and 4 different countries, but one common goal: to depict the essence of contemporary Europe.
Hello, I'm Marta.
Buona dimineața.
Buona dimineața to you.
They have only one day in each capital city. They need the help of local fixers to wade through complex logistics and local bureaucracy. No island will be complete without a curveball. The contestants are only allowed to use an analog camera with a 50mm fixed lens and 3 black and white film rolls. This unexpected change in the equipment is unsettling, coming so late in the competition when everyone is exhausted and tense. The digital cameras they've worked with so far are fully automatic. They can set exposure, aperture, and focus with a click. The photographers can check each picture using the back monitor and reshoot if they're not happy with the results.
See, Rupert, how you look nice.
Moreover, with digital cameras, there is virtually no limit to the number of photos they can take. With the safety of their digital cameras gone, the contestants need to find an extra gear if they want to win the competition. If you're used to a digital camera, using analog equipment is a bit like shooting blind. With only 3 rolls of film at their disposal, the contestants need to think carefully and plan wisely if they want to bring back the winning photograph.
What I'm looking for is the contrast between the past and the future.
I have to show you something. There's like a new building that's built inside an old building. You're gonna love this.
That's perfect.
Okay.
I want to photograph the contrast between the old and the new buildings, but I want to do it from a different perspective. Now I'm finally ready to use my secret weapon.
It's Piazza Revoluției. It's the Square of Revolution.
There is many old building with new construction inside. There is a vibe. You can feel that something changing.
Madame? You can't ask to everybody taking picture, you know. That's the rules of the reportage. You do it, and after you ask. Perfect. Oh, 50.000 euro. Don't smile. Too much.
It's the final, and our contestants have been sent all over Europe to capture the essence of the continent. Rupert has hatched an ambitious plan and hopes his Parisian fixer will be able to help him.
Paris is an amazing place, and obviously at the moment it's one of the hottest cities in Europe, particularly with the terrorist attacks that have been going on and the refugee crisis.
Bonjour.
Hello, Caroline. How are you? And going to the slums and looking where there's a lot of refugees in an area to sort of...
Well, you have Syrian refugees. Nobody cares about them because we don't see them. We can have a look.
That would be good. You know, it's war that causes refugees, and I've seen what war does to people, so I'm interested in it.
Oh, you can see the back of the house.
Yeah, so, I mean, it goes all the way down as well, so it's big. I think we've got to approach this carefully. I'm going from my experience of going into villages in Afghan and Iraq. I'll talk, you translate for me.
Okay.
Rupert's first challenge is not technical. He's trying to get into one of the refugee camps, but it's not as easy as he thought.
They don't like cameras.
No, I get
because
this.
she goes to school and she doesn't want she doesn't want them to recognize her.
No, it's understandable. I understand that and I respect that. I'm disappointed, but it's not the end of the world. I have to get to the hotel, have a sit down, and jump on a laptop and have a look.
התוכנית משודרת בחסות הולנדיה, להתפנק במיטת המולטימדיה עם סמארט TV 4K. הולנדיה.
Europe is a hope, it's not a finished project, but also I have the feeling that it's not what they wanted to be when they thought that of the project of Europe. Hello, how are you?
Great. Okay. So we're going first to
To the summit.
Okay.
When I arrived in Athens, I discovered that there was a big investment meeting, and I asked my fixer to take me there. Greece nowadays is living a big economic crisis, and I wanted to photograph something about it. I'm doing a photo project about New Europe and the investments and like... No problem, okay. This task is very challenging for me because I only shot in analog once and I'm not very good at it. Look, if you can look through the lens. I can take a portrait of you with the parliament and your face. Maybe I can take a good photo.
I'm sorry, I can't.
No? Okay, thank you.
Hi, good morning. I'm Kyle.
Hi,
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah, ready. Yeah, Stockholm, it's a city which one is very, very economically strong. The biggest things which can represent for me Stockholm, it's the business. And of course we have from the other side the people who are left behind. And the contrast is very strong, of course. It could be a story. Я русский.
Sergei.
Serbian?
Sergei. There was a homeless guy, which one I quite like it. He would really work for my idea to show it the contrast of the city.
Rupert could not gain access to the refugee camp, and now he needs to come up with a plan B.
I found this place called Europe, a tube station on the metro. And as I looked at it, there's a place called Le Platz Europe, which means Europe Square, made up of street names with different cities, famous cities over Europe. What I want is a lot of people coming out, and then I'm going to start looking closer at people and looking for portraits. The concept I came up with was my place is Europe and concentrate on finding interesting people. So you've got the street behind you. And I'm just going to take a portrait of your face and your interesting moustache. And like you're walking this way, so just like this. Oh, it's manual. I keep forgetting to wind it on. Okay, that's good. The main difficulty of having the analog is having a limited amount of shots. If I've spent all 3 films and I walk around the corner and there's this amazing scene happening in front of me, and I've wasted half a film on something which I'm not going to use, then it's going to be gutting. OK, I'm going to go and speak to this guy. I don't know what they're like with their rules about shooting. I approached the soldier, and when I approached him, he obviously thought that, you know, who's this lunatic with a camera and a video team following him. Hi, my name's...
Je vais faire la traduction.
Rupert 3, I'm a sergeant in the British Army, and I'm taking part in a photographic competition. So I'd like to be able to photograph one of you or one of your men. Is there any chance I could do that? OK. Apart from the obvious language barrier and the difference in uniform, the soldiers underneath are the same. You know, we all have the same idea. We all need to do the same thing. Particularly in a day where we all are fighting a similar enemy, which is insurgency. Portrait of the French soldier was important. This guy, he's there, he's doing the job that I do, but in France, and it's important, you know, people see that. We both are similar, we're just both soldiers, we're both allies, and we're fighting for the same cause. Ready to roll?
What is that place, Stefan?
Okay, that's the people's house. Ceausescu built it, and he tore down a whole neighborhood in order to build that. It's one of the biggest buildings in the world.
Got it.
Okay, let's go to the tram station now.
After shooting the buildings, Gabriele is now focusing on the faces of Bucharest citizens.
Okay, when the people come in, you just...
Just going knock and...
Okay.
Do you have it focused?
Yeah. Focus right, exposimeter right. Just... there is no seats there.
There are no seats.
Patient, my friend, patient. No, go. Stefan.
No, don't rush. Don't rush. The bus.
So it's better the other part?
Yeah.
Other 50,000 euro. 50,000 euro.
Like Gabriele, Jan is very confident shooting with film.
Shooting in analog, it's always nice. But of course, when you're in the task and you have a stress, it's put more pressure on you.
Jan is looking for the contrast between the rich and the poor people. But in a wealthy city as Stockholm, this contrast is really hard to find.
Tired, frustrated, but it's okay.
Jan is not willing to give up easily.
At the Sony Ericsson building, which can represent for me a strong economical place for rich people, I decided to find people who have been left behind, the people who might struggling with the life cost. Try to find, the real slum.
Can we go over there?
I have an idea that is the idea of the Europe as giving money to some stupid big projects. They spend money in making like billions of euros to make the Olympic Games stadiums, and nowadays in Athens are devastated and a lot of decadence, they are abandoned.
When you think about all the difficulties, the crisis, the despair of the common people, and then you see how much money has been spent here, you really start to understand that there is something really wrong. I think that the photographers have some kind of responsibility towards the image, because they can show the situation, and you have the power to document the reality and what the people are living to other people that doesn't know about it.
For the final task, the contestants have been asked to portray European faces and places, and a common theme seems to be appearing. All have independently chosen to confront the issue of marginalization. Gabriele is in Bucharest with his local fixer.
Let's go to the supermarket and buy some stuff for the kids, some chocolate and some things like that.
There is a big community of Gypsy in Romania. They feel that they are European. They are Rome, but they are Romanians. So we try to approach this community.
It is a very isolated thing, but there were some people, some families that were kicked out of their social houses. It's a very delicate situation.
Chocolate?
Because my mare.
Thank you. You're welcome. That's for me.
My job gets me in contact with different people that often live in hard and deprived life.
Merci.
Merci?
That's why I decided to tell their story, to show the view, the unsuitable condition in which they live.
Hi, Gabriele. Nice to meet you. So you're part of the family? Come. Thank you so much for helping us. You want a picture? These people need a place to stay. And in this city, there is so many abandoned buildings. So I think the government can give some place to stay to these people. Just put in the back.
Okay. Sometimes, to make a story more appealing, you need to direct a little bit. Just to make the characters and the message more stronger.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Simona. Don't smile.
Like this.
By the face, okay? 1, 2, aci. Perfect! Bravi tutti! If you talk about a Europe country, what are you talking about? Borders? What does that mean? There is no way to represent Europe. It's not about the gypsy. You can't call them just gypsies. They're European citizens. Thank you to everybody. Stefan, say thank you so much for helping us, and we hope so we can do something for them.
As the sun sets slowly over Europe, Our contestants must now face a new challenge, working with an analog camera in low light.
To shoot in the dark, I mean, there's no sun. It's a black and white analog camera. It's quite difficult. It's very difficult. Yeah, it's our last throw.
This is the old town. You will find people going out.
This place is very difficult. It has no personality. It's a beautiful touristic place, which is the last things I want to photograph.
After having investigated the present and the past of Greece, Marta too is interested in marginalization and wants to have a look at the faces of the people who are coming to Europe from foreign lands, searching for new life.
The thing is that with these kind of groups here in Athens, you have to go and talk with them first without cameras and stuff like that. We won't be able to go into the camera because we have to talk with them and ask them if it's all right and if they allow us and explain to them what it is.
Marta has been given permission by the Refugees Authority to shoot in Victoria Square, but we're not allowed to film her.
It's hard to imagine what it must have been like. Unbelievable sometimes, but you know that people have that they can do that to each other, you know. You okay?
So stupid. It's just stupid.
My last picture.
Okay.
And this one's just for me. It's not part of the story.
After a busy day reporting on the changing face of Europe, time is up. In each of our contestants' 108 black and white pictures lie their unique vision, their own personal idea of Europe. Will their story be strong enough and surprising enough for the judges? Back in the studio, the contestants find a manila envelope on their desks. Inside are the context sheets of their film rolls, namely a rough print of all the pictures they have taken. This is the first time they will have seen their work. There is no going back now. What's done is done. The photographers will have to choose from the sheet the 3 photos that they will print. This is it now. One wrong decision could cost them 150,000 euros. In the previous tasks, the contestants have struggled with selecting the strongest photos and were criticized for their decisions. That is why today they will be supported by one of Europe's best photo editors. Lucy Conticello has won 3 Magazine of the Year awards and currently works as the photo editor for M, Le Monde's weekly magazine.
We are very curious, what is the job of a photography editor?
A photo editor is the person who looks at all the contact sheets or all the pictures that the photographer takes on assignment for them and helps them kind of reduce them and boil them down to the images that tell the story.
Let's have a look at their stories.
Yes,
Could we?
absolutely. Hi, Marta.
Hello.
Where were you sent?
In Athens.
And so how did you approach the assignment?
To express the development of the European Union, the ambitious project that was at the beginning. Nowadays, I feel that it's like broken.
So you ready to open the envelope? This, you're kind of far away, and you don't have anything specific in the frame. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I mean, the only problem I have with that is that it's tilted, but it is the kind of shot that says it all, because I see I'm inside, I see it's abandoned, I see the outside of the place. And who are these guys?
These guys were, I went to an investment congress in Athens.
The focus directly on one single person, I think, is stronger. And given the background, you assume it's some kind of business event. So this situation is the new, let's say, refugee crisis of Syrians coming into the city.
Yeah.
I think what carries this one is the fact that there's a kid. It's kind of an easy idea, but basically you create empathy with the viewer. I'd probably crop it in as a square.
Why as a square?
Because you need this space here to kind of have him be the center of the focus, and so you need some breathing air below. You have some strong choices. I think that's strong. I think that really pulls it off. And I think one of these refugee, you know.
So thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. I hope it helped.
I've been in Bucharest.
Bucharest. And what was your idea?
I really want to show how the city is changing. If you see in this kind of picture, you can see the icon of the capitalism, coming, Hamburger, it's typical, huh?
Yeah.
But also you have this building that really looks like a communist.
See, the fact that the sandwich, advertisement is smack in the middle, it's also easy, in a way. It's a picture that could be a stock picture that you've seen before.
Yeah.
I think that's really the shot. And so at that point, you'd have, say, the old and the new, a street scene. I think that one might be best, yeah. Excellent work.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Stockholm is very rich. From the other side, it's a lot of people who has no money.
Wow. She must not have been happy to be photographed. You'd have to print like that. Okay. So the problem with choosing that one, although it's a good shot, is that it might be just too charged, an extreme form of Islam. I think this one says, build business wealth.
Yeah.
That one says we're in a city that has contrasts and there's poverty, and that says we're in the projects.
I personally like this because, they're really attached to me. These people, they're working kids and...
That's part of the problem of being your own editor, is that to some extent you know the stories, you know what it took to get that picture.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you have a hard time letting go of it.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks a lot.
I went to Paris and shot portraits there, so I'm hoping to capture Europe in people.
That's an interesting shot.
Yeah, that was posters on the wall.
That's a super interesting shot because it really goes down the middle of her face. This guy's interesting too.
Yeah.
You're definitely a portrait photographer.
Really?
This is a picture I've seen, especially after November 13th a lot. And since you're closer in, I see his expression. I think that's more interesting. And it, tells you something about the state the city's in after.
Yeah, I'm a soldier as well, so...
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. So it tells something also about you.
Yeah.
I think the strongest is this one and this one. I'm just not sure that you can keep them both in the final 3.
It's
it's a problem of balance.
Lovely.
Using an analog camera did not give our contestants the luxury of wasting a single shot. And now, even after editing their contest sheet with Lucy Conticello, they have to keep concentrated as they leave for the next stop, the darkroom. In one of these film rolls, there are the 3 photos that they will bring our contestants closer to winning 150,000 euros. Who will leave the contest at the last step? Who will win it? No computers, no digital printers, only craftsmanship and chemical stop baths. The contestants will be aided by one of Italy's best printers, Davide Di Gianni, who has worked with Paolo Pellegrin, Joseph Kudelka, Jacob Sobol, and many other great photographers.
Iniziamo.
Okay. I cannot wait to see the picture appear in the papers.
The first step is deciding the framing of their pictures.
La 14.
Questo il problema, come dicevo, è un po' zoomarla. Vedi che qua ci avevo lasciato un po' più, quindi giusto leggermente.
Qui così?
A bit loose, because I've got just the magazine and a shot. The magazine's this here, to show it's loaded.
Controllo che la foto è a fuoco con il fotometro. La cosa peggiore di questa foto è che i 2 soggetti sono fuori fuoco, cioè il fuoco è qui. Quindi noi dovremmo lavorare bene su questi e lasciare intravedere il dialogo tra i 2.
The negative is then projected on a sheet of photographic paper coated with a silver-based light sensitive chemical formula. This is the moment where the photograph finally assumes real form. By blocking the light source with his hands, Davide manages to physically mask some of the areas of the pictures to increase or reduce the range of the light, adapting the photo to the photographer's taste.
This is a real Dutch and burn.
Fare in modo che posso tagliare la cipolla stasera. Ma questo è l'aspetto magico della camera oscura. Anch'io che dopo tanti anni non so mai bene quello che verrà fuori. Bravo.
Si bilancia bene.
After halting the development in a stop bath, the 4 contestants will now have to select their best prints to present to the jury.
Ottimo il risultato, questo qua ha fatto un capolavoro.
L'ombra è più netta. Ok, il contrasto è più alto ed è decisamente più d'effetto in questo caso.
Sì.
Questa chiusura qui è meglio, lo preferisco.
Yeah, I agree. I like that this too matching and this is a little bit different. It's not like that. Do you think they match?
Sì, sì.
Cool.
È stato veramente un piacere, grazie.
And they are ready to face the last presentation.
Questo è il
Ok, grazie. Ciao.
There is the award, the Sky Art Master of Photography. We have a wonderful guest star. I am absolutely pleased to introduce David LaChapelle. Oh.
Hello.
Raised in Andy Warhol's factory, David LaChapelle's works mix irony, glamour, and transgression. He began shooting in black and white, and today his pop art-influenced celebrity portraits, characterized by an extreme color palette, have become some of the most iconic images of the 21st century, making him one of the world's most recognizable artists.
Photographers, we've arrived at the end. Today, after the presentation, as always, one of you will have to leave us, and the other three will come to meet us to face our final judgment. We ask you to narrate through 3 pictures in the theme of Europeans, faces, and places. First person up, Rupert, will you please come up and join us?
Afternoon. I'm going to start in the middle one. And the middle one for me represents Paris at the moment. Its beauty is distorted. My next shot is the soldier, and as a soldier myself, I can't imagine having to stand outside schools and nurseries. There's war on our doorstep in Europe, and the hope that we had, it's on its toes. Which brings me on to this guy here. He's young, but he looks tired. He looks old before his age. He's got black eyes. And I think this, for me, represents how a lot of people feel. We need, as Europeans, to link together and pull through.
I love the one in the middle. I think if you'd taken the distortion point that you've made with the central picture and followed that as your theme, I'd be coming over there and hugging you right now.
I can feel some soul in here. And that look of that girl really tells me a lot. Then suddenly, you come in with a photo that's got nothing to do. I didn't even understand it was a soldier. The other two, they really engage us of thinking something about the problem that was going on. Well, the other one is passing by.
It's really strong as a triptych. As individual photographs, I'm not just sure they're as strong.
Thank you, cheers.
Gabriele?
My series, it's called European Community Under Construction. These people try to get out from the communist regime in Bucharest, they're talking about, and they try to change. I want to represent this changing using this empty billboard that need content, something, to fill up this empty space, new ideas, new things. In the third picture, you can see a flag over a face. For me, Europe don't have a shape, so it's shapeless. So that's why the face is covered.
When I look at your work, there is one symbol that reappears. That's very smart of you, how you have used the idea of the star. You see the star in the flag, there it's kind of missing, and one of the people carries it on their chest. That's very beautiful.
David, what do you think?
The photo on the left looks very spontaneous and very naturalistic. The photo on the right, it feels very set up. So together, they're not coherent.
I'm sorry, but if I see your picture, you direct people.
Yes.
So that's what I'm trying to do, because it's not a journalist issue.
I think the point is that there is a way of actually directing someone to stand in a position that doesn't look set up, and that's the point.
Well, I heard a lot of good ideas, probably too many. You can't be superficial. You have to go deep into the fact that what is Europe? You have to have a lot of imagination. If we haven't got imagination, we won't make a great Europe.
Thank you very much for showing us your pictures. Thank you.
Jan, please show us your work.
Hello, Jan.
Stockholm is the city which for me represents a lot of the system of Europe. The rich people, they're quite lonely. They're not happy. They're smiling, but it's a machine, it's the robots that live in the box. The second picture I'd like to show, it's the picture which will represent economical power, cold, glass, metal, but it's completely imperfect and somehow doesn't function. And in the third picture, we're still making the borders, we still build the walls. We're definitely not welcome in this society. If you're born poor, you have no chance to get there.
Photography is a very powerful medium, but when it's used to tell us always the same story in the same way, we're going nowhere. Maybe in the middle one, you sort of went somewhere near there, perhaps more representative of the idea of future Europe where everything is not yet clear and fragmented. But the other two pictures, I'm afraid, are very conventional about marginalized people and the supposedly rich people.
trying to build 3 separate stories to tell one story, for me, isn't working here.
I have a problem with what you said, and I have a problem with your photographs. Rich people are unhappy, and poor people are...
It's a funny fact.
Sweeping generalization. And the photos are very general.
Yeah, and thank you very much.
Okay, Marta, it's your turn.
It's my last picture presentation, so I will try to speak up. These 3 photographs express what are my feelings about Europe. Kind of a broken project or a lost dream. I wanted to express the giant quantities of money that are wasted in Athens 10 years ago. That case was an Olympic Stadium, and now it's like the new ruins of Europe. The third one, I took this photo in Victoria Square, where the refugees are. Among all this pessimism I kind of feel about Europe, we can change it and bring back the dream that Europe was.
What I like in particular is that you have given us the assignment. The assignment is Europeans, people, places, faces. David?
I think you nailed it. When I see that picture of that little boy, the fact that you cropped the faces out, it reminds me of the refugees of World War II. And I think we need that connection, because today people are so scared of the refugees, they're going to take our jobs. Well, what happened? My mother was a refugee. She wouldn't have had a life unless she was allowed to come into America. So they bring a lot of empathy. I get it. I think you really nailed it.
You went to the best place to go in this moment. And all what you told us, yeah, you see a but. For example, the child there, you should have gone in there. Look at that child in the eyes. I want to see what he sees, what he hopes, why he's there, why he's such a victim. Is he a victim, or he's going to have an incredible future in Europe? What do you believe in? Photography is criticism. But then, which direction you go? What kind of author are you? What kind of poet are you? I want to see poetry.
Thank you, Marta. So it's now time for us judges to gather our thoughts and decide which one of you will not be the Sky Arts Master of Photography.
All use the same strategy. People and then architecture in the middle. That's perhaps not developed enough. And in that sense, Rupert has to be commended for breaking the norm.
I completely agree with you. My favorite picture is this one. The young child, I think she is really at the right distance there.
Yeah, there is such a thing as the right distance.
Yeah.
Sometimes the right distance is not the right distance. So I think this is the weakest for me.
For me, the weakest is this one. I think that there is an opportunity here to show a side of Stockholm that we have never been to and we have never seen, and he missed that opportunity.
On the other side, we got the problem here with Greece. Now Greece is the center of a big problem in Europe. She missed the place.
I'm not making a critical or political indictment on where Greece is today. I'm judging picture.
But this guy looking to what? He's looking outside, doesn't even look at the parliament. Photography is reporting.
I disagree with you completely.
I disagree with you, I don't care. Photography is reporting, always.
Not everything has to be a political, social argument.
Even a postcard.
All I'm saying is something can exist just for the sake of being beautiful.
Let's move on with the photographs, huh?
For me, they missed the point completely.
There is something that really gets you there.
This is a close contender, actually.
Very close.
I think I've already made up my mind.
For me, this is the weakest.
Yeah, I'm not taken by this work either.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I think this was the hardest task.
Yes.
Are you satisfied or how it was executed?
Well, some are better than others. I think Rupert actually did a very good portrait of this fragmented woman. Yes. Representing Europe.
The problem is that if I see all these pictures together, looking and hoping of the future Europe, I will be very disappointed.
You reached your verdict, though?
Yes.
We have.
So let's go and tell them.
Photographers, we have reached our decision. There was one work that impressed us less than the others. One that will not have the possibility of becoming the Sky Arts Master of Photography. And that work is the work of Jan. Please come up and join us. One of the things that I think I have to say on behalf of myself and my fellow judges, it was a split decision. Okay, we didn't all agree.
Thank you very much. Anyway.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
That was a pleasure.
Take care.
I like my pictures. I like the work behind, and I like that I fight till the last shot. I'm sad about that. I came so close. It's the story of my life. It's always 1 inch too far.
So, photographers, there are only 3 of you left. Of course, in reaching our decision, we're not only going to take into account today's task, but all of the 8 tasks that you faced to get here. You will have the honor of reviewing the photos that you've presented to us with this great artist that I have to my left, David LaChapelle.
The judges might have already an opinion about who's the best among the photographers, or they may not. Reviewing the progress of each contestant will certainly help them in the final verdict.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, good.
So this is Berlin.
Wow.
We went to Berlin on a Monday night.
It definitely looks like Berlin. I mean, you really get the feel of Berlin. There's so much going on in the art community there right now. It's such a vibrant city, and I love these photos.
Thank you. So this is my portrait of Michael Madsen.
Oh, yeah, very cinematic. Definitely has that Hollywood flavor.
And you like gesture with your hands?
That's funny. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
So this is my landscape. It's my first ever shot doing a landscape. So,
really?
yeah, so I never thought I would enjoy doing landscapes as much as I did. Because I work doing photography, sometimes when you finish work, you put the camera and you don't think about stuff. And it's kind of, this has given me back my passion for actually wanting to go out and take my kids out to go and let's go for a walk in the hills and let's go do some.
And this is your imagination, you know?
Yeah.
As limited as your imagination, you know?
So this is me at home.
Oh, my God. I love you ironing your...
I had great fun shooting as well. You know, I haven't seen my kids for weeks, and they just, and they were so
happy to have Daddy home, huh?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, this is quite normal.
I just love this picture. I love everything about it. I can't take my eyes off of it. I love her expression. I love you kind of caught with your pants down. The daughter drawing, but also just the color, the pink chair, that blue shade behind you, and that yellow floor. It's a beautiful palette. It's a beautiful palette.
Thank you.
I think you're really talented.
Cheers.
And
Thanks. It means
a
a
lot
lot.
of diversity, and that's super important.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Hello, Dave. I'm the next one.
Nice
to meet you.
Yes.
This one, I wanted to express the loss of individuality.
I love this as a triptych. I love the 3 together. It's almost like one scene, and this, cut to the next scene, and it's these numbers in the, of this apartment complex. And then here's a guy. So it's telling me a story. Do you like film?
I'm studying cinema.
You're studying cinema? What would you like to do in cinema? Be a director?
Director of photography.
Cinematographer?
Cinematographer.
Great.
More help, your expression, like...
Oh, that's fabulous. Bravo. The food around the bed. That's brilliant.
Thank you.
I love how he's staring right in the camera. I love his centered composition. I think you're going to be a great DP. Really, I hope you go for it.
This is my family portrait.
I love that you put yourself in the photograph.
Yeah. It looks kind of funerary.
I love how your father's looking at the camera. There's a continuity of expression in this that really holds up. It's like something's happened. I think you've done an incredible job, really.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Good luck with everything. I can't wait to watch your movie.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Martha's cinematic vision and Rupert's irony have convinced David LaChapelle. Will Gabriele's photos be as impressive?
This was the first experience, the first task in Rome. I tried to work on the idea about looking for beauty. So
it's just a great photo. It's a great photo. It takes your eye goes all over it. I love the fact that they're out of focus, you know, the background in focus, and the man sitting with his hands behind his back, contemplating the statue. And then it feels like there's a third, you know, but then you realize it's a statue.
Yeah.
So your eye's traveling around this image, and you have that central dividing line. That's a great picture. That's something I would have in my house.
Yeah, really.
Absolutely.
I can present to you.
Yeah.
So that's a bit. He was very unhappy, you know, so he looks very pissed off, you know. So I say, okay, you can sit on the chair and just, you know, wear in the flag. So I just take a couple of shots and say, okay, you can go. And he was like, what? You have more time? I said, no, fine, thank you.
You might get someone in a bad day. You might get somebody who's extremely tired. You never know. But your job is to use as much time as you can and not take things personal and just roll with it, you know, because this is a good photo, but you don't know what you could have gotten had you not said, okay, well, I'm done.
How much you can push. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was the task about Home Sweet Home. It's very difficult to talk about myself. So I tried to thinking
Did you want that to look like the development of a photograph?
Yeah, I want the effect of the water.
Yeah, because I didn't recognize it. And I spent many years in darkroom. I spent 6 years in color and 6 years in black and white in the darkroom. But I didn't recognize it.
I don't want to be too much straight, you know, about this picture.
I wish it was a tiny bit more apparent, that's all.
So,
God,
David,
it's so interesting
so
seeing your work.
Be here.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
So, David, what did you think of the pictures that you saw?
I'm super impressed, you know? Honestly, I saw such great work. Rupert, I was blown away by his photographs, and that, I mean, the self-portrait's just stuck in my head with him ironing, and the shot of him on the rooftop. I really, really love it. And Marta, the first thing that came to my mind was cinema. It's so dramatic. It looked like it was set up with movie lights, you know? And then Gabriele, there's that incredible photograph he shot in Rome. So that was wonderful. I really hope I get to see more of their work in the future. All three of you.
Thank you, David. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Photographers, it's now time for us to go away and make this very difficult final decision.
Who has been the best photographer of the series? The most daring, the most talented, the most original? Who deserves to win? It's the judges' most difficult verdict.
I really, really want to win and be able to tell my family, my dad, I won.
We all made up to here, so everyone must be satisfied and proud.
It's the final step. I feel very close. I did my best. So now it's a judgment that can make me happy.
As the verdict is approaching, the tension is palpable. Who will win the series and become the first Sky Arts Master of Photography? They will need all possible support to face this decision, and there is a surprise in store for them.
I came to keep you company in this moment of incredible tension. I bet it's unbearable, the last few minutes. So I thought that you would like to see everybody who had been in this competition with you. Come on, guys, come on in. Whoa, welcome back. Hi, come here. Hi. How are you, Maria? Hi, how are you? Bonjour, bonsoir. Please sit there. My heart is pounding. I bet yours are too. Welcome back, David LaChapelle. David, come back. And please, for the last time, welcome the judges.
Here we are.
All three of you can be very proud and happy to have come this far. Well done.
Well, you look very nervous, the three of you. More than looking nervous, you should feel very privileged and lucky to have been here.
It's time to announce our decision. The Sky Arts Master of Photography, who will win the grand prize of 150,000 euros and their own personal exhibition is... Gabriele.
Thank you. It's very honored to me. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Zio.
I believe that the best thing that happened to me was that I found people that value my work and my way of thinking.
Thank you. Mate.
Congratulations. Yeah. We have really progressed in this competition.
I think I've done what I wanted to achieve and more, which was to prove that I'm not just a soldier. We have personalities and we have other abilities.
I'm very happy because only the brave win.
Now I know Gabriella's got 150,000 euros. He's going to be my best friend.
I will dedicate this award to every new photographer. They will say to you, the reportage is finished. Don't believe to these people. You just follow your dream.